So we're about to start, synchronise our watches just to make sure there's no cheating. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Hey everyone, it's me again, Terranian. While I'm in the Ben Nevis Visitor Centre car park. And that can only mean one thing. I'm finally on the Three Peaks Challenge. Or I will be in a minute when I start, just over there. This is Terry. He's my driver for the day. If you've watched my planning video, you'd have seen, you'd have been introduced to him before. This is probably only the second time you've been on my videos, but this is the important one, so here we are. Oh, and the final member of the team, the beast for today, our car that's quite thankfully brought us all the way up here on our 11-hour drive. Well, it was 11 hours to the hotel down in Loch Lomond and another 2 hours up to here this morning. And goodness knows how many more hours and miles of driving in the next 24 hours. So we're going to go over to the start, synchronise our watches, and finally get this challenge started. Well, here we are on the bridge. Just signifies the start of the route as far as I'm concerned. So I'm only just off the car park visitor centre, so I don't think I'm cheating that much. It's only going to be a couple of seconds. So Terry's bought some stopwatches. We got one each. There we go. So we're going to synchronise those at the same time. They're going to mark my reference and Terry's reference on base, if you like. So he's got an idea of how well I'm doing and I've got an idea of how well I'm doing. Hopefully I won't activate these buttons in my pocket throughout the day, so be it. I'm also going to mark the time on my watch in real time, which is coming up for 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So yeah, an earlier start than I was planning, so more about that as I go. But really, as we're approaching 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm quite keen to get this started. Just spoken to a guy who's just come off the top of the mountain, and he said the conditions up there are pretty much as forecast. It is very windy, very cold, very snowy. It's going to be an interesting walk. I hope I can at least make it to the start of this challenge, otherwise it's over before I've even started. But come along and we'll find out. So we'll synchronise our watches and get started. So we're about to start, synchronise our watches just to make sure there's no cheating. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1, start. That's it. All right, thank you. Right, there you go. We're off and running. Challenge has begun. I'll see you hopefully fairly soon. 4 hours, 5 hours, something like that. That'd be nice. See you in a bit. So there we go. Time to come along, see what this challenge has got in store for the next 24 hours. Let's go. Well, in typical British weather fashion, it was absolutely pouring down when I started, full waterproofs. Guess what? Sun's even come out. Oh well, I've got the snow and the wind to look forward to. Well, here we are. Finally, I can't believe I'm doing it. Starting the walk up Ben Nevis on the first of the 3 peaks of the 3 Peaks Challenge. 12:55 in the afternoon is my start time. So 12:55, hopefully, or before, I'll be coming back down off Wyddfa, Mount Snowdon, with a big fat smile on my face. As if that weather is as bad as has been forecast. Could mean trouble. Today's conditions are kind of embarrassing on a double level. Well, for 2 reasons. One, as I said, I wouldn't do the challenge in these conditions. So I booked it with perfect conditions, and these conditions have subsequently arrived. And secondly, I'm here in my summer boots. I haven't got crampons, I haven't got my winter boots, I haven't got my ice axe or even trekking poles, but I never had them anyway. So not only conditions going to be interesting at the top, it's going to be interesting to see how I handle it, if it's possible. So I've just passed the first switchback and there is a constant stream of people. It is very busy. Summer has definitely kicked in, even if the weather doesn't quite match it. Format for today, as with the other route finding trips, is to keep it short and sweet.
So there'll be short little bursts, keeping you updated as I go. So I'm going to get a few metres of elevation, a few metres behind me in distance, and I'll catch up with you a bit further on. But so far, yeah, 50 minutes in, I'm about to reach the point on the dog leg and then traverse up the zigzags towards the summit. I think all's going well so far, just some light showers. It's not even that cold. And looking a bit snowy up there. Not too bad. Let's see if I get lucky. 1 hour 5 minutes. I'm hearing a lot of people's conversations on the way back down about how much chaos is going on at the top. People nearly falling off edges, phones being blown out of their hands, that sort of thing. Sounds a bit crazy. Now, it seems good. Got to the point at which last time when I did this walk I was in the ice and the snow already and I was slipping about. But I'm able to continue to make good progress now since it's just wet. I'm pretty happy about that. But it can't be long until the chaos begins. But yeah, doing well. I'm an hour and 10 in and I'm on the zigzags towards the summit now. So far so good, I think. I doomed it. We'll find out in a few minutes. Round about the curtain, I put my crampons on and the road ahead is pretty much the same, although the visibility is much worse. I've got myself geared up for the winter walk now, but as a result of it getting windy and the microphone being a pain in the butt, it's all back to cold weather, wet ops with the camera. So if you can't hear me, you're gonna have to put up with the narration from David Battenberg, which all in all would be quite nice. But this should be the last push to the summit now. As long as I can see the curtains, I can see 2 ahead, that's a good start. But visibility, I've been told can go down to about 10 metres. So there we go, 2 hours and 5, and it's the last push to the summit, I think, time wise. I'm pleased with that. I'm just going to get on with it. I'll see you at the top, hopefully. That's visibility. I lose each curve before I can see it, but that one's just appeared. I can only seem to see one at a time until they appear. Well, 2 at a time, but I have to be in between the 2. This is far worse, consistently bad compared to the first time I came up here, and the snow's a lot deeper. It's crazy. This is June. This is June up on Ben Nevis. Welcome to summer in the mountains, Great Britain. Apparently it's going to get worse than this. Can't wait. The visibility is the worst I've seen it on any of my walks so far. Look at this. I feel like if I put the selfie stick at full length, you'll miss me, or I'll disappear. Still comfortable with the conditions though, so I'm going to carry on. Two hours 25 minutes up to the top. Very pleased with that time. So very snowy, very icy, especially on this mound where the cairn is. Slide down. Not as windy as I was expecting, which is very good. 2 hours 25, that's a good time. I've been getting cramps really badly on the way up. I'm really disappointed, I've never had anything like it. So I hope it doesn't affect me on the way down. I'm going to have a good stretch quickly up here and then make my way down. Hopefully I can get a good time going down as well. Get close to 4 hours, that total time, well, that total round trip. But 2 hours 25, very pleased with that for the day. Yeah, quick stretch, quick drink, and I make my way back down. Oh, how deep is this snow? I'm sinking almost up to my knees in some of this. It's crazy. But at least it's better grip when you sink in, I suppose. But you got to be careful. All of a sudden you get to a bit that's quite flat and slippy, and you can't even see it. This is nuts. This is the worst conditions. I suppose this is as close to proper whiteout conditions that I've ever had. I wouldn't say it's scary at this point, but I can see how it causes problems, especially at the edge of cliffs and drops and things like that. So it's 27 minutes past 3, and I made my way back down. Hour and a half to 2 hours I'd be happy with. Let's see how we do. Half an hour in to the descent now. I've de-rigged from the winter mode back into summer mode, although it doesn't feel like it. But yeah, half an hour into the descent, back in normal mode. Last of the switchbacks, I think. The last couple of turns on the switchbacks. It won't be long until I've walked 4, and then on the dogleg. If you can't hear me, David Battenberg will keep you up to date. It'll be quite nice. So if you didn't gather already, I think it's going quite well. It's quite nice. I'm pleased with my progress at the appointed time. I think I'm quite happy. In fact, my feet bloody hurt. It's not recurring foot pain. It's really going for it. I usually get at the end of my walks. It's really hurting. Cramps don't seem to be a problem. It's just my right foot. The ball of my foot really hurts. Really painful. But there's no real other way off this mountain other than to carry on walking through it. So that's what I'm going to carry on doing. Still got all that way to go. But quite happy with my progress so far. I'll check on you in about half an hour. See where I'm at, see if I've made it to the other end of the dogleg. Maybe if I'm lucky, cross that little bridge at the other side as well. Or am I being too optimistic? Let's find out. 3 hours, 15 minutes. Excuse me if I don't look at the camera, or you, while I'm talking, but this is quite a tricky descent and I'm going at it quite quickly, and I really don't want to prang my foot because it really hurts if I take a side step and not a flat one. Anyway, half an hour since we spoke last. Here we are. I'm on the other side of the gully here. The dogleg, as I keep calling it. Just down the bottom there, go around the corner and there's the bridge. And then some more switchbacks and down to the car park. So it's approaching 3:30. No, 4:30. I'm a bit ambitious, obviously. So yeah, 4:30 it's approaching. Hopefully, maybe half an hour to go, maybe less. I'll be back at the car park. So I'm looking at maybe just over 4 hours, all being well. I'll catch you as I'm about to enter the car park, I guess, or somewhere close to it. Speak soon. 3 hours, 40 minutes. Just gone 3 hours, 50 minutes on the trail. And I know the signals around mountains for phones aren't that great. So I thought, what can I do to tell Terry I'm on my way back or close to the car park? I thought, I know, I've got walkie-talkies. So I'm going to give him a go. He has been told to turn them on at 3 hours and 50. It's just gone 3 hours and 50. So I reckon I'm about 20 minutes away with any luck. Maximum. So I'm going to turn it on, see if it's about. Terry, are you there? Has he fallen asleep? I hope not. He said he wouldn't. I'm sure he hasn't. Terry, you there? Yeah, the worry is I haven't got line of sight. He's around the back there. There's a lot of rock for the signal to get through, so it's probably struggling to just get through. I'll try him again when I get further down. I'll keep the radio on though, because he might try and get hold of me. I'll try him in a minute. Just let him know I'm on my way, nearly there. And that'll be the first mountain done. So yeah, just after, well, at the moment it's 3:55. I was benchmarking 4 hours is a good time, having seen a lot of other people do it. I'm not going to achieve 4 hours, but it's going to be fairly close. So I'm very pleased with that. I'll try again in a minute, and then shortly after I'll arrive at the car park and let you know what time I got for the first one. And it'll be in the car and off to the left. Wow. Well, what a walk. That's brilliant though. What an adventure so far. Anyway, back to the challenge. Apart from my foot hurting, which I've got to do a bit of TLC with, you know, a bit of first aid, bit of care, my legs are not aching. I can't believe it. I thought they'd be aching. Now, after a little rest in the car, as soon as I start up Scafell Pike, they're gonna ache. It's gonna be like, what am I doing? And it's that climb that I'm dreading after doing Ben Nevis here just now. Starting up Scafell Pike, that long, continuous climb. This is the bit I'm dreading the most, but I'm just gonna dig in, get it done. Once it's done, halfway there. So that's all that's gonna be in my mind. But as it stands, I'm feeling really quite good. Really on top of the world at the moment with this. But I'm not going to say any more about that because the driving, you know, I said it countless times on my videos, on my training, the weather and the driving is make or break. And the weather up there was the worst I've seen in terms of visibility and snow, conditions underfoot. Precipitation, not really a problem. Rain's been okay today. There was a few snow pellets, actual snowfall while I was up there, and the wind was like it is now. I was surprised. It was supposed to be gusting up to about 40 miles an hour, so I was quite pleased with that. So all in all, so far, good start, really nice with it. Are you there? You there? If you can hear me, I'm about 10 minutes away. I can hardly hear him. I just hope he can hear me. So here we are, coming up on 4 hours 15 minutes for the round trip. Ben Nevis, first one done. Just make my way back to the car, quick change, and then we can get on our way to the lakes. Here he is, ready to do his bit.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
That's great.
4 hours 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Back at the car. So I'll make this transition as quick as possible and get on the road. Did you get up to much?
Nope.
No? It's alright.
Not at all.
Balances it out from what I've been doing, doesn't it?
Let's
Right,
get rolling.
yeah, let's get going.
It's the Car Diaries with David Battenberg. It's quite nice. And here we see the driver in his natural habitat, the motor car, driving on a beautiful road in the Scottish Highlands. Indeed. In Scotland. Man with a purpose. Yeah. It's like my manager. It's hustling me in the car as soon as I arrive. Come on, we gotta go. Which is good. Which is good. Pit stop was about 5 minutes after I got back. Been on the road, I don't even know now. But we're off to the lakes, 5 hours and 6 minutes it reckons, even with a lane or road closure. Of course that had to happen. Someone's had an accident, haven't they? On the M6, I think just north of Manchester. That doesn't make sense. I'm gonna have to double check that. But yeah, someone's had an accident along our route.
But even with that, because Google's quite good at updating in real time, it says 5 hours and 5 minutes from now. I reckon we're going to get there just after 10:30 at night, which is really good because it's going to be dark. I always expected to do Scafell Pike in the dark, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're expecting it. I'm probably not going to sleep beforehand. My sleep's going to come afterwards. Yeah, on the way to Wales. I'll probably sleep better then once I've got 2 under my belt, and if things are going well enough, I'll probably sleep a bit easier. So 10:30, I was expecting to get there in the early hours, but of course I've brought the time ahead. I've been going on in all my videos about starting at 4, 5, 6 back there. I'd have only just started if that was the case, which is fine. But there's a couple of reasons why I started early. The first one was because of the weather. It's due to get around about now really bad, and yeah, with the weather I definitely made the right decision, because it was quite cloudy and the visibility was really poor, but the wind, you probably heard, was non-existent pretty much. It was just a light breeze. So yeah, it's just going to get worse from now on. And also I've always been concerned about when we get to Wales. That mountain is probably the most popular mountain in the UK, and as a result, in the afternoon, you know, it's going to be so busy. And I don't think after nearly 24 hours of hiking up hills and driving in a little sleep, I really want to be jostling with people trying to get up to the top of that trig point just to touch it. So you know, less people I have to argue with, the better. But I'm sure it won't be like that. It's just a lot easier to get up past, because even Ben Nevis was so busy. The amount of times I had to shuffle past people up and down. Although it was quite funny, I met a few people going up near the top. Well, I met a few people as I was going up, and they were coming down. I ended up going up to the top, and then I had to ask them again, or I had to shuffle past them again coming back down. It's quite funny. But it was a very busy mountain today. I kind of expected it, but I didn't with the weather forecast being what it was. I thought people would be put off. Maybe that's the thing, they don't maybe that's the thing, they don't check the weather. Maybe a lot of people were going up in shorts, t-shirt, trainers. They were just not prepared. Now, it didn't feel very cold up there. It didn't feel nearly as cold to me as it did when I went up there the first time. But I don't know if that was just a bit warmer because I was going for it a bit more. Because I was definitely non-stop all the way up there. I stopped ever so briefly for about 3 minutes just to gear up, put my woolly hat on, my thicker gloves, and my snuddy neck warmer on. And that was it, I carried on. No mucking about. Interesting, but it was such a good walk. Visibility was the worst I've actually seen ever. Walking about in the mountains, and that was quite exciting. Didn't worry me, because I was lucky enough to be able to see the cairns as I went, just about, and I was also able to follow some footprints, although that's not always a good idea, because someone could easily just have walked off and gone off the edge. Horrible thing to think about, but it could happen. And if you're following their footsteps, obviously, you know, you lead you up the garden path or over the edge of it or something. But with caution, yes, lots of well-trodden footpaths or footsteps or footprints, cairns. Everything worked out really well. Got to the top, touched the trig point. Wasn't that busy, just had to wait for one group to take their photos, which I thought wasn't a problem. A minute, and then I slid up there and touched it, and I wasn't up there for more than a couple of minutes, because I did say when I went up there last, as lovely as it was, I was hoping it wouldn't be as nice when I go up there again, so I don't have to stand and look at the view for 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I don't have to feel like I'm missing out on an opportunity. There was nothing to see, so I came back down. So there you go, we're on the road now, 5 hours to go. See how we do. Right. That's what you do when you got places to be, I tell ya.
Yeah.
This country is stunning. I'm just part of this challenge. Part of the reward of this challenge is being able to see, look, this amazing, this beautiful country. Well, all three beautiful parts of Great Britain. Because you get to see the Highlands of Scotland, you get to see the lakes, and you get to see Erie, Snowdonia. Although it's all very brief, you still get to go there and see it. And maybe the lakes, most people usually do in the dark. But point's still valid.
Weather forecast for tonight's walk: chilly, gets up to -6 with the wind chill, and that wind chill comes from, again, 30 to 40 miles an hour at the tops. But that top's not going to come for another hour and 45 if I'm on track from my last descent. So we're looking at 978 metres to the top to go. Oh, got my gaiters on today because of that ford that I had trouble crossing. Hopefully it won't be as busy and I'll be able to cross the path bit. You know, the gaiters will hopefully stop me from getting too wet. So let's get on with it. Well, that route finding mission worked the last time because I can hear the river to my right. I'm going uphill on the path. So far so good, right? This is the one I was dreading the most because of its continuous climb, at least the first sort of half. It's quite tricky. So I'm just going to get on and do it, power up through. When I get to the top, mentally I can just relieve myself of any worries and think I'm halfway through. So that's where I'm going to get. That's what I'm aiming for today. I just crossed that ford, no problem. I hope it wasn't like that when I came here last time, because I'd be very embarrassed having gone all the way up the other side, or the other way up a couple of 100 metres or so. Oh well, it's good fun. So now begins the worst part for me, the continuous steps for goodness knows how long, forever. I'll see you at the fork. Another busy mountain, even at 11:15 at night. I guess it's the end of the day coming down. But you know, I thought I'd be here at 2 or 3 in the morning, so I expected it to be really quiet. Maybe I'm the only one going up. So maybe I'm in a lull of 3 peakers and day trippers. Found it to the zigzags. I'm just over an hour in my first climb. It's an hour and 45 to the top. So in theory I'm more than halfway. 45 minutes to go, give or take. But this is tough. I knew it would be, but wow, doing it right now. Really feeling it. But, well, what else is there to do? I'm gonna carry on and I'll catch up with you a bit further on. But I'm not gonna say it. I'll admit I'm thinking it. I'm not gonna say it. But whoever came up with this bloody challenge anyway? Why'd they have to go and do it? Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Sorry. I am here at the moment. That's all I've got to say about that for now. Other than this mountain is killing me. Yeah. Oh. Wait, I don't know if you can see it. There it is. Oh, that's dark. Here without that. There you go. That's me. Promise. There you go. Uh, 1 hour 55 minutes. I'm actually losing my voice. I think you remember me saying I had the flu before this. Actually breathing fine, but for some reason I'm just starting to lose my voice. But yeah, it's 20 to 1 in the morning. And yeah, there's no real reason to stay up here. It's cloudy, windy, very cold. And yeah, I mean, it's not going to come across very well on the camera here. If I turn my light off, it is scary dark up here. There is not a bit of light. It's incredible. It's very, very unnerving. Cool, very cool, but very unnerving. So, yeah, I'm going to make my way back down now. What a climb. I didn't enjoy that. It was effort all the way. I love being in the mountains, but that was a lot of effort, especially after Ben Nevis. So I'm going to hopefully get a good time down, get back to the car and get some sleep. Because I'm getting very, very tired. So I'll catch you at some point down the bottom, maybe once or twice. I might just speed all the way back to the car park. So I'll see you at some point, if not, yeah, back at the car park. And I'll let you know how long that took. Laters for now. I daren't speak because I think my voice is getting worse. I can't hear me as well because it's quite windy and the microphone is not picking up as always. Thanks, wifey, for my... Oh, hello. The sound's come back. Yes, thanks, wifey, for my birthday present. It is bloody awesome. I haven't needed any other light, and I've only been on the medium setting to route find on this mountain. It's been perfectly adequate. For the most part, I've used the dim setting, but to look ahead in the distance, perfect. Exactly what I wanted. I did buy a secondary torch in case I really struggle with it, but I didn't need it. But just to get a chance to play with it out in the mountains and see what it's really capable of, I'm just going to show you what I bought. That is fucking nuts, isn't it? That's absolutely insane. I don't think you get into trouble with that. I mean, the battery probably won't last too long if you really need it like that for a long period of time, but if you do, light up the whole bloody mountain with it. That is awesome. I'm just coming down the steps now. I'm about to reach the ford. I'm not sure exactly how far away it is, but can't be more than about 5 or 10 minutes with the rate I'm going down these steps. And then it's another, I don't know, 15 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes to the car park from there. So it's 25 past 1 in the morning. And yeah, I'm actually looking at good time to get back around 3 hours 10 maybe. I mean, that's not too bad considering the 3:05 time I got on relatively fresh legs, at least for the day. So I'm quite pleased with that, but I'm not going to say anything until I get back to the car, give an official time. But yeah, so I'll speak to you either at or just before the car. Oh well, you can tell it's early in the morning. I'm not usually up at this time in the morning. Driving me a little bit nuts, going a bit crazy. I shouldn't really be talking because my voice. I was actually testing to see if any kind of deepness could work. If I speak deeply, I might actually get away with it. If I speak normally, I kind of get away with it, but you can hear it. But I can't speak loud. No, my darling. Poor thing. You shouldn't be speaking loud, because it doesn't sound like you're very well, my lovely. I'm fine, my dear. It's totally fine. Now let me... Shut up, you old batty, and let me get on with what I need to get on with. My lovely, what would that be? Climbing mountains and doing things. Now go away. Got important stuff to do. Important things. Trying to speak properly. Narrate for Mr. Terrain here.
voice. Sort the voice. I like mountains. I finally made it back to the car park. Time. I don't know. Where am I going? God dear. Navigated all the way up to the top of a mountain and back. And walking into a fence. Car park's so empty compared to when we arrived. I just arrived at about, it's coming up for 2:05, which is 3 hours and 20 minutes. At 2:05, 3 hours and 20 minutes. Total. And that's only 15 minutes more than my original time. Which is pretty good considering that's only 15 minutes of fatigue. So I'm quite happy with that. It's another good time for the day. Even though I felt pretty slow going up the steps. So back in the car park. Didn't use the walkie-talkies today because poor Terry needs some sleep. So instead of waking him up with the walkie-talkie, there he is. I'm going to go and wake him up. And we're going to make our way to Wales. See you there.
I know I said I'd see you in Wales, but I just realised I haven't shown you how well we're doing on the time. I've told you the times for the mountains and the walks and the drives, but I know it's easy to just tell you. So that's elapsed time, 13:12:55. So we've obviously gone over halfway on the mountain, on Scafell Pike, and that means we've got, let's say it's going to take us 15 minutes to go to the toilet, do a few bits and bobs, get ready for bed, leave about 2:30 or 13:30. That gives us 10 hours and 30 minutes to drive to Wales, which it's currently saying 4.5 hours. That gives me, what's that give me, 6 hours on the mountain? It could work. It could work. What do you reckon?
If I know, oh, I don't bloody know.
No. It could work. Sleep first. I'm very tired. Car diaries again.
Car diary.
Yeah. Second road trip. I didn't do one earlier because I just wanted to get to sleep. A lot of good that did. I don't think I actually slept proper. I definitely didn't drift off the bed to sleep properly. Dozed.
It was not to get to this one.
Yeah. But I don't recommend, if you like your sleep, don't do this challenge. I don't like my sleep, but I don't do sleep deprivation well. But, you know, I'm a morning person, so... I'm a morning person, so I suppose to have a lack of sleep, having tried and then waking up first thing in the morning, I'm a bit more familiar with than staying up late and not sleeping at all, which I don't do very well. This is kind of the best of the worst. Still, it's probably not amounted to more than an hour or two of any kind of sleep. But you know, it's a bit late now because we've got just under an hour to go, and we're going to get there at half 6 in the morning. We haven't been able to book the penny pass, as I said before. So we're going to try our luck when we get there, see if they've got space for us. We reckon get there at 7:30, we'll probably be out by 11, half 11.
Continue on Roman Road for 1.5 miles.
Alright, for the last time. See you later. See you soon.
See you later, mate.
keep my spirits up on this last walk. Oh, my voice continues to deteriorate. So yeah, up the pig track, PYG, down the miners. That's the idea for today, as always. So I'm doing the first bit, get over the ridge to the other side and get moving. Make up some good time on this. It's a bit of ascent, but it's a lot of fairly steady incline or level walking, which is nice. It's a good start. Get my legs back into it one more time. One day, my friends, one day, Cribgog, I'm looking ever so fondly towards the end of my route. I love it up here, but I have to plug walking today. And I'm going to enjoy what I enjoy, but I can't wait to be done. You know, it's so tiring. Not sleeping, so tiring walking, so tiring walking up. So tiring being battered by the elements. I do love it, but with such a purpose to have done one and then another. Now doing the third. Do I really have to do it? Well, yeah, a couple of unfortunate pit stops, but I'm 40 minutes in. I've just reached the other side of the mountain, so I'm running a little bit behind what I would say is my preferred schedule, but I do have about 2 hours spare on the expected round trip on this mountain, so I don't want to use it all. I'd like to have a really good time as best I can get, but it's nice to know I've got it. There's no panic. It's very relaxed. It's a very nice way to finish. Please tell me, somebody, you know when you're walking and you're exerting and you're going, happy birthday to you, or you're going to go, should all acquaintance, or something else, anything you want to name, any song. Why does the song of my 3 peaks have to be bloody Material Girl by Madonna? Where did that come? I don't even listen to Madonna. Right, if you're fans of Madonna, fine. I'm not slating her at all. I don't listen to her though. She's not my bag. She's not my thing. Okay, that's just the way it is. But why? Why for me? Am I getting this whole da-na, da-na-na-na-na, da-na, da-na-na-na-na, and I'm getting yeah, fabulous material. And it's just going around and around in my head. I'm sorry if I've given you an earworm, but I share the love and I share the pain. It's just part of it. Sorry. Material Girl. What the f? Out here, a little bit of stone there. So I came off the path where I said I met those guys and they couldn't see a clear path, and I'd just gone to the south of it. I mean, the visibility is obviously miles better now. You can see it. And you just beeline towards it now. This is the touristy mountain. And when I was here a couple of months ago, I started a bit later than now. I think I started between 7 and 8, closer to 8. It's because of the buses and stuff. I started just before 7, didn't I? And there's a whole bunch of people on the paths here today already. Yeah, I mean, it's not heaving, but it's busy. You can imagine seeing one of those queues at the top. I'm going to talk about that. Yeah, it's very, very touristy. Interesting bunch of people here. It was definitely snowy where I am now. When I was here last, it had been for quite some while. And it was around about here, I think. Just here, one of these bags. I jumped up here and put my crampons on. Had a bit of a play. But no such requirements today. I am feeling the fatigue now. I have slowed down considerably. I have not felt fatigue like this, physical fatigue like this for so long. I can't even remember the last time I felt it. It does push you to your limits, this challenge. I don't know how prepared you think you are. It's crazy. I'm on the zigzag. So
close to the ridge, and then the final ascent up to the summit. I'll catch you there. There it is. Trig point number 3. Oh. A time of 2 hours and 15 minutes. Can you believe that? With no crampons and no snow. That's what fatigue does to you. Crazy. Right, it's cold up here. I'm going to change my gloves so my fingers don't fall off. And I'm going to make my way back, see what kind of time I can get. Anything around 2 hours puts me at around 11 o'clock. Which would be just a shade over 22 hours for the challenge, which would be very, very good. I'll be quite pleased with that. So yeah, quick change of the gloves and back down we go. Via the miner's path. See you in a mo. I just had to get off the top there and off the ledge or the ridge. It was so cold, it would not stop blowing. I mean, it was so bitter. Just like the top of Ben Nevis when I first went there. And just all day at the very top. It's been brutal. And this is June, don't forget. It's crazy. Still got 4 hours to go, pretty much, just under. That's crazy. It was just back there I took my crampons off last time I was here, and it wasn't long until the miners' track diverged from the PYG. So it shan't be long until I find that. I'd say that's the last little slog going down, because you know I don't like going down very much. Last little slog going down, and then generally fairly easy going walk. Right, I'm off the steep bit of the miner's path here, thank goodness, and I've got a lovely view, as I've shown you before, but why not more? Yeah, I'm sitting on this massive big rock, and it's the first time I've actually sat down, and I mean that, whilst I've been out on the hills on this whole challenge. I just had to give my legs just a couple of minutes, just could not carry on. Current time at the moment is coming up to 10:15. Time elapsed is 21 hours 18 minutes. So I got 2 hours and 40 minutes spare to do this last little bit. I don't know. I'm a bit anxious about it. I better get moving then. Finally made it to this bit now. I'm just going to wind my way back around the other side. Around the bend over the hill, and I think the gate will be there. I'm pretty much on the final straight now. I don't think I really showed you what was going on at the top. When I arrived there was no queue, there's hardly anyone there. There's just one group of lads with a charity banner taking a picture, and then it was me. So I thought I might as well wait. Well, it's not even a thing. So that worked out really well. I was quite pleased with that. But I'm imagining that's rare. I think getting there early has saved the day again, because there's a lot of people down there. There it is, the gate that signifies the end of the Three Peaks Challenge. Not for just anybody. For today, it signifies the end for me. And as it shuts, my total elapsed time, 22 hours, 26 minutes, 36 seconds. Wow. Just wow, everyone. Over 3,000 metres of elevation, 3 mountains,
Countless kilometres of just hiking about, hundreds of miles of driving, 2 hours of sleep, barely, not to mention 8 months of training since my training videos began back in August, September, starting with my walk around Beachy Head, ending on my Tryfan Bristly Ridge climb, and all my mountainous walks with my winter skills course, field walks, flooded or otherwise, to keep me training. Has all culminated in today in a time of 22 hours and 26 minutes. Guys, I can't say it's been easy, the whole thing. The training, especially today, it's been one of the most brutal things I've ever done in my life. Some of it has been less than fun. A lot of it has been amazing. I've seen parts of Scotland I've never seen before. I'm absolutely awestruck by the country. I knew it was beautiful, but I just never saw it like that before. And to end here, in Erie, one of my favourite places in the world. What a treat. There's more to come about today. Don't tune out. There'll be a lot of follow-on videos, just as I transition to my next project. And in the meantime, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you joining me on my journey. It's been a privilege to share any of it with you. I really mean that. I thank you so much for having the time to watch me go through this crazy, torturous experience and all the training leading up to it. But thank you. And I hope I've got something just as good, if not better, for you. Not only in the coming months, but just in the future in general. So I'm at the Penny Pass car park. It looks like they've actually closed the road. Terry, my driver's down the road in Non-Paris. So I don't know how I'm going to get back, because if they close the road, maybe the buses won't be running. I can't do any more walking, I'm done. So I don't know what's going to happen. That's my problem, not yours. But thanks again, everyone. It's been my absolute pleasure to bring you along on this epic adventure. So until the next time, ladies.
I'll leave you until the next one. Laters. Well, there it is, everyone. The t-shirt I promised myself I'd wear if I passed, or what's the word? Completed the challenge. So there it is. I can officially wear it. So I am, because I've done it. Wouldn't have been able to do it without this geezer over here. Not just because of the driving, which was an amazing job in the last 24 hours, by the way, but because you said yes. If you hadn't said yes, none of this would have happened. Like 8 or 9 months ago when we talked about it.
Had to be done, bro.
Well, there you go. Yeah, as I said out on the hills, you know, you need someone who will say yes and really want to do it and commit to it. So, couldn't have asked for a better driver in the last 24 hours. Absolutely brilliant. So, I owe you big time.
No, you don't.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I've got some nice little prezzies for you lined up. Say thank you, but yeah, it's a team effort.
Sonny,
I know, but
that's all that matters.
still got to say thank you. But there you go. Yeah. Yeah, a bit of appreciation for everyone really at home as well for putting up with me. Shifting things around so I can go away on my trips, go away for the night, do this, do that. It's very important to me. Not because I want to do these videos or train for the National 3 Peaks, but because it's just liberating. It's freedom being out there. As you probably gathered from my videos, the way I react when I see stuff. But there you go. I've lost my voice again. So maybe David Battenberg will be talking to you, I don't know, but either way, we've got a long drive, as always, long drive ahead, but we're in North Wales. We're going to go to the southeast, so it's part of about 5 or 6 hours on a Sunday afternoon. Well, actually, it's still, it's just a Sunday afternoon. There we go. Thanks again everyone for watching, and I've said it again, but I really do appreciate it. And do stay tuned for what's coming next, because it's only going to get better. It really can't go any less than what happened today, so look out for that and be excited, because I will not disappoint.